Welcome back to the party! MarauderEX, playing Dragon Force, part 36 of our Let's Play series. Wow, 36, holy crap, that's a lot of parts. Granted, I was flipping through other Let's Plays and people reaching, 110, 112, 150. With as slow as I'm going, I'm probably gonna hit those numbers as well. I'm sorry that I'm not making any progress. I've got so much going on with this. This is typically the section of the game for me that slows down. I go back and forth with a couple of castles, take them over only to lose them again. Because at this point, most of your opponents have more than 10 generals, and they're pretty much just kind of condensed into 2 or 3 castles. Meaning, even if you are able to fend off an assault, they can retreat back to one of their other castles, refill quicker than you can because they've got a castle with a full troop complement, and then attack you again before you have time to recover all of your troops, because you've probably hit your run out of your troop supply. So I'm going to do my best to deal with some of these other nations as quickly as humanly possible. But that's really the point where I'm at, and that's why I'm trying to work up several different groups, because I'm going to need basically wave after wave. I'm going to need to make sure that I've got, 10 generals in a castle that are all ridiculously strong, so that I can take out whatever troops decide to come my way in a wave format. Now I'm dealing with the Skull Children again, which are great. I really wish I could have had, Terrace and her group deal with the Skull Children, because they need the level more than Junon's main god. So alright. And Scar, being the badass general that he is, took out the surviving troops without taking any damage. This is why I like Scar. And when I finally find my Dragon Man, he's going to replace Ramzel, so it's going to be Junon, Aros, Scar, Vlad, Dragon Man. Those are the groups that's going to be my main group, because Dragon troops are ridiculously strong. Dragon men are just as strong. They are one of the strongest general types that you can get, next to a monarch. I was reading up some Dragon Force information. Apparently there is a way to never have to deal with pain and agony again. You go into a fight with them, completely obliterate the first one, and then kill all of the troops of the second one, and then let time run down to where it's counted as a draw. And since it counts as a draw, they technically have to go into the retreat phase. They will retreat to a nearby town and stay there. And as long as you don't go anywhere near that town, like if you don't send an army to that town, they will stay there. And you'll never have to deal with them again, and since there's already one on screen, they will never respawn and come after you. It's a little glitch in the game. Seeing as how it's a glitch, I don't think I'm going to be using it. Plus, I'm going to use pain and agony to make sure my people stay leveled, because I need to do that. Because toward the end of the game, the only way that you can level up is you've got to fight an endless wave of dragon men. The mountain that's on the western coast of the continent is where the final climax of the game happens. And instead of pain and agony, Madrip just pulls out all the stops, and just wave after wave after wave of Dragon Man General will come after you. There's really nothing you can do about that, unless you've got a ton of samurai, or your generals are much higher level than the Dragon Men coming after you, and you also have dragons. It's pretty much a one-sided fight. The Dragon Men will rip you apart. They will pretty much take over whatever castle they want, because you're going to have a ton of fodder generals by that point that aren't going to be able to stand up to the Dragon Men. And once the Dragon Men come out, there are no more Skull Children. That's it. They figure you're going to have a hard enough time with the Dragon Men to throw out any more Skull Kids. So, I'm going to level up while I can, instead of getting my ass handed to me trying to level later on. There is also a code for debug mode in this game, in which you can pretty much do whatever you want. I've been tempted just to speed up the game, but that defeats the purpose of a Let's Play if you use debug cheat. So, I might do a run-through with Goldark using the debug cheat, just so you can see what all you can really do if you put your mind to it. And since Goldark gets broken generals as it is, you're not really noticing that much of a change in gameplay. Because playing as Goldark really is a breeze. With the generals you've got, and the troop types that you start off with, very little stands in your way. Maybe one or two story fights will actually give you a decent challenge. Everything else is you just take over castles left and right. Oh, my lovely mage friends. I really need to get Lone another MP. I'll probably use a statue on him to get him more MP so that he can do this twice. Always pissed me off that, oh, you've got 1 MP, which is just enough to do jack and shit. And since I've got more fights after this, in this same battle, I'm gonna cut it after I beat the crap out of this general. Because I don't want my video hitting, to the 12-minute mark, which is where it very well possibly go. Alright, she's retreating, so that's it. I'll cut it here. I will see you in the next installment.